Here's a walkthrough of installing the Waterdrop G3P600.
Alright, got everything laid out, getting ready to get started. First thing I'm going to do is connect the incoming water line. Alright, so here's our area that we'll be working in. This will be my cold water right over here, and that's where we're going to connect it. Alright, let's shut the water off. Release the pressure from the faucet. Alright, so here's what comes for the instructions for the feed water adapter.
And here's a pause for a screenshot.
Alright, next we're going to throw a little bit of Teflon tape on here. Alright, next we'll connect the water supply line. Alright, more Teflon tape. And reconnect your water line going to your faucet. Alright, so I've got this valve turned off. I turned the water back on to check for any leaks. Everything's looking good, so we're ready to move on to the next step. All I used for this was a crescent wrench and a 16. Alright, so this is where I decided to put my faucet. Comes with this template. You'll need a 1-inch diamond tip hole saw for this. I went to Home Depot and got this Milwaukee 1-inch diamond tip. Alright, so I'm going to put down my template. Remeasure, make sure I'm where I want to be. Alright, let's get to drilling. Alright, so when doing this, you don't want to go in perpendicular, you want to go in at an angle and get it started, so it's got something to grab onto first.
So I started off around a 45-degree angle here, and once it started cutting into the granite, I was slowly able to raise up to around a 90-degree angle. As you can see, I'm just doing that really slow. The bit's jumping around a little bit there, just trying to grab on. Something else to note is I'm going full speed on the drill, and also I'm letting the bit do most of the work. I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure on here. So here you can see I'm adding a little bit of water. That's just going to cut down on some of the dust, also help eliminate some of the heat that's coming off of that drill bit. Alright, I'm going to speed this up for the rest of the video. So in all, it took me 6 minutes to drill through the granite countertop. Alright, that was close to 6 minutes of drilling.
This was $45 at Home Depot. Did a pretty good job. My DeWalt drill did fine. Didn't even go through a whole battery. Alright, so I got the hole drilled. Put down my water. Last thing, we're going to take the collar, cut these through, and run it up and tighten it. So this part's installed, and there's a look from below. Be looking for a black version of this to match the rest of my faucets. Here are the instructions that come with how to install the saddle drain.
I'll go ahead and pause this here in case you need a screenshot.
All right, so the next thing we're going to do is install our drain saddle. So here's your saddle. Went ahead and installed this foam piece on here. I think that just helps to seal it around the pipe. And here's your clip. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that off because we're gonna have to put the tubing in there. But what you want to do with this is install it, the directions say it's high up on a vertical portion of tubing. So I'm gonna go right there. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is I've just got the smallest bit I could find just to make a little pilot hole and a marker for it. There we go. All right, now we're using our 1/4 inch bit. All right, so you've got 2 ends of your red tubing. This one has this line on it. That end is gonna go to your actual reverse osmosis system. And then this end here, I would pull this out, but now that I stuck it, oh, there we go. It's what's gonna go in. And the directions say to extend it about 0.6 inches, which by the images, it looks like just to where it's about flush here. So what I'm gonna actually do is just make sure that this goes into the pipe just a little bit. It's pretty much to where this tag is where it should go. So I'm gonna make sure that gets started in the pipe. There we go, perfect. And then, put the back plate on.
All right, I'll speed this part up, but all you need is a Phillips head screwdriver and a crescent wrench.
All right, the final step will be putting this little blue clip on, which locks it so this won't pull out. And here's your drain assembly. All right, next it's time to start installing all your water lines. So first we're gonna do the input water line. This is gonna push, should be going down to that line there. All right, so that line on the tubing is flush with there. Next we have our bag of clips. I'll find the corresponding clip size to put on that one, which is gonna be your biggest one. I'm trying to get a little bit better angle here. But there we go. All right, so removing the filtered one. This is going to be the water from your faucet. So you've got your line here. I'm just gonna insert it where that's showing so I can make sure I get it in far enough. There we go. All right, and then put a clip. These clips are kind of difficult to get on. There we go. All right, last we've got our wastewater. Remember earlier when we installed the saddle, we said we're gonna do the side without the line because that's gonna go in here. Go, and a clip. All right, so we've got our lines installed. All right, here's a close-up of what this looks like. Completely installed. All right, next we're going to connect the power to the faucet. It's got a little notch at the top. It'll only go on one way. All right, next we're going to do our power adapter. All right, power adapter just goes in and then plug it into the wall. All right, so here's what we have so far. We'll do some cable management here at the end. We haven't plugged the system in yet, but next it's time to install the filters. All right, next we're gonna start inserting the filters. All right, get your water on, turn your valve, and plug it up. And the system will start flushing for 5 minutes.
Alright, I'm not going to bore you with 5 minutes of flushing, so I sped this up to double time, and we'll skip on to the next step. Alright, while this is flushing, I'll take the opportunity to show this is a 40-ounce knockoff Stanley cup, so it's just tall enough to set that right there and be able to fill it. So I had bought this Waterdrop faucet since my fixtures are black to match them, but after looking at it, it's a lot shorter. It doesn't have the TDS, which I'm not concerned about, but you would not be able to fill a cup as easily or something tall like a pitcher with this shorter faucet. I reached out to customer service to see if they make the TDS faucet in a matte black, and they said that they don't. Alright, so the height of the counter is 10 3/4 inches. Alright, so the final step is to let it run for 30 minutes. You'll know it's done whenever this starts to display a TDS. Alright, let's watch real time how long it'll take to fill up 2 cups of water. Alright, I got 13 seconds for 2 cups of water. Alright, how long to do a 40-ounce knockoff Stanley cup? Alright, we'll speed on through this. Alright, to the brim, 36 seconds with no ice. Alright, so I'm going to do 2 more videos after this one. This one will be installing this remineralization filter. This adds back in sodium, calcium, magnesium, and potassium into the water. With the reverse osmosis system, it pulls out not only the bad things, but it also takes out all the good minerals in your drinking water. So I'll have a video on installing this remineralization filter. Alright, also check out my video on installing this pressure mini water tank. So this will connect to the reverse osmosis system and it will run around to my refrigerator. So without this tank, a lot of times you'll have issues with ice trays not filling up completely with water. So this eliminates that and also gives you purified water to your ice maker in your refrigerator. So the reverse osmosis system is here, still flushing, and going over to the refrigerator, it'll go all the way here. It's right at 15 feet. All right, so I got it on Amazon. The original price was $5.40, and there was a $140 coupon, so I only ended up paying $400 for it. All right, we now have a TDS display, and we're ready to go. All right, the faucet's reading 8, none. Reverse osmosis, 7. Tap water, 136. Your TDS is displayed up top and down below. Alright, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comment below. I'll try my best to answer them. Give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful, and help me out by subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching.